How much?
It's what.
And you guys all have an incredibly sinking feeling in your gut as you guys hear some sort of speeder or flyer land outside.
You're stressed.
Spear?
Okay.
Oh, like a helicopter.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, well, those words don't put that picture in my head. Those words put pictures in my head that would be.
I sort of
Alright.
sneak towards the entrance, like get a small glance.
Okay, this is the end of a scene, so pick up one momentum. Alright, as you look out, when you look outside, you see a sudden breeze stir up the ash from the crash as several flyers come out of the covers of the trees and settle on the ground nearby. The vehicles each disengage half a dozen humanoids. These are the lemur-like peoples. They are slight of build and an average shorter than human, and they're covered in a light coat of fur with large, very friendly-looking lemur-like eyes. They move with grace and agility, kind of poking through the trees, getting up on the burnt trees and looking down at you. They're looking right at your shuttlecraft too, which is out there. Okay. Hi guys! We know you're in there. We have energy weapons. Not that we would really use them on you, but why don't you come on out and we can talk?
We're not.
One, that's a little suspicious. Two, we're on equal terms of peace, right? Correct?
Absolutely, we wouldn't hurt anyone. I mean, you're not going to hurt us, right?
No,
Okay,
of
then.
course not. Guys, let's come on out.
I think I'm the most distinctive looking, if I remember correctly. So,
He's pretty. Well, no, probably he is.
He's a teller, right?
He's a teller. Yeah, he is a Tellarite, and you're.
Bajorans definitely pass from humans all the time. You wear your hair up, so your eyebrows and ears are covered. So basically, the rest. No, you're a Vulcan. That's why your ears and eyebrows
There
are
are no
normally covered.
Bajorans.
I'm
I have
Beta
ridges.
Oh, Beta Z. I'm sorry.
I have ridges.
There is
and
no reason why.
spots.
Yeah.
So that also sets me apart from the rest of the group.
They notice I have a weird marking.
You could have easily been surgerized to look human for this mission, at least. If you want to spend a momentum to say that you look human, at least, you can. Not the
do
time.
I look human?
You look
Oh, yeah.
Beta Zeds pass for humans all the time.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure they did, but the one I'm most familiar with is also half human, so.
Give her a break.
Right. But her mom is.
So, do you want to have been altered to look human for this mission?
This is,
Well, I mean, if you look not human, that's going to solidify the idea that there's many types of life form out in space, and that's really against the prime
I
directive.
okay, yeah, I've been
He's
temporarily-
alright.
You're
I'm
activating the
going to
personal
activate
cloak.
the personal cloaking device.
You disappear.
Okay, so I just motion for Nalani, Kevin, and Captain Chijin to come out.
Does she cross the human well enough, or
Yeah, I do. I just.
Yeah.
keep them covered?
It's
Especially since they don't know what humans are like. It's true that Vulcans are green blooded, so they don't. But that's gonna.
Alright, well, this
Yeah,
is
it's-
all of us.
Okay.
Hi?
Hi. Okay, and again, they resemble humanoid lemurs. They stand about 1.4 meters tall. They've got large eyes, and
How
you
much
imagine
is
that,
that?
but they could probably see in almost total darkness given the size of their eyes, and they have these long, dexterous fingers. And one of the Lormians comes forward. Hi, I'm Captain Thema. The scientists are safe in the capital city of Lorm. Why don't you come with us back to my city? And the scientists are safe and waiting there. So why don't you come onto my flyers and I'll take you over there?
Can't you send them
Okay.
here?
No, they sent us here to come get you.
We
Really?
really don't want to stay here or be here. We really want to. We just
Not
have
to be rude, but just we've been.
We were sent to these people and bring them back.
Well, they're in
And
the
we
city.
are not.
I'll tell you. Okay, you don't have to come in the flyers. Why don't you take your shuttlecraft behind me? We can fly that into the city. We'll land there, and we can go that way.
Okay, let's go with your flyers.
Yeah.
We'll just go with yours. We don't want to take up too much space with this this old thing.
Okay, now I don't want to be really a fuss. Rules are rules. These are police vehicles, so I can't let you bring your weapons on. If you give me your weapons, I promise I'll keep them safe. I'll give them back to you as soon as we're, outside of the city.
I mean,
I sort of discreetly do this.
You've got your ever-present rifle.
yeah, because
Oh my! That's a big one, isn't it? She's kind of overrated down by the phaser rifle.
Yeah, he is a strong one.
Okay.
I sort of discreetly sort of do this to my fellows to just remind us, hey, worst case scenario, I do this and just I actually came empty-handed, but I thank you for being so generous with us and helping us in this time.
All right.
Lead the way.
And the other two of you are also
I have the hand phaser. But
are you gonna? Well, that's the whole thing about a Type 1 phaser. Are you gonna hide it, or are you gonna hand it over?
I don't see the need for it, but if something does happen, because they're not.
they wouldn't even recognize. Oh, what?
Well, the phaser is built to be hidden. So if you're going to try to hide it, it's something that it's built to do. You'll have to make a roll. That's going to be opposed by her.
Would they even
I'll
know
just
what
hand
to
it
look
over.
for? Them?
Okay, you hand over your weapon.
It's
Donna, do you have a
all
Type 1 or
has
Type 2
their
phaser?
I have a Type 1.
Are you going to try to hide it, or are you going to hand it over?
I'll hand it.
Alright, you hand over your phaser. Now, you're left in an interesting situation. They definitely don't know that they're there, but these guys are at least saying that they're going to get into the flyers and take off.
Mhm.
So, what's your plan about that?
I'm gonna try to.
Why can't they come back here?
Well, they sent us to get you.
They noticed if David got on the ship.
You can try to sneak on,
Yeah.
but that's going to be an opposed roll that's slightly more difficult than hiding a Type 1 phaser.
Yeah, I'm going to whisper in Jin's ear and say, it's because she's the captain that it's the one I'm talking to.
And what would the role be? And can someone assist?
Nobody can assist him. Well, unless you can tell me a way that you're assisting him. that makes
One
sense.
person.
Well,
Is
you
on
can
one
talk
side
to the
of-
people to distract them while he.
Okay.
That's
And
how
that-
you can assist.
And
Yeah.
since he's She told to Jen.
I'm keeping them busy with conversation so they don't notice what you're doing.
Alright, so this is going to be a presence and security to try to keep them distracted.
Wasn't that's a 12 for me
No,
Well,
Jen
she's
had
the
it.
one that's gonna have to do it.
because she's the one that knows. What's your presence plus
This
security?
is going to be a total.
Yeah, the rest of you are just like, what's he gonna do? I don't know.
Your presence plus security is 11, Mom.
This is
My
going to be a
presence
total
plus security
difficulty
is
of
11.
3.
Want an assistance?
So, is it 3 for her to distract, or 3 for the total of the 2 of us?
So
working
she's
together?
going to distract, which is going to assist you. So she gets to roll 1 die.
Okay. Oh, I made it on the nose, so I did distract.
Alright.
Okay.
Now I think yours as well is going to be a presence plus security to try to sneak.
Okay, so that is also an 11 for me.
Did you succeed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just
this is
barely, but
difficult.
yes, which is all that
Difficulty of
matters.
2 to you.
Alright, and I'm gonna use. I think I can use the value see quickly, act quickly.
But yeah, that seems to apply.
See an opening.
So that's an extra die, correct?
Yep. That's a value, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
value.
purchase extra dice of value.
It just
Also
uses
spend
lab
momentum if you want
footsteps.
to.
I'll
I'll let you know.
I really want to make this.
I'm gonna be spending 2 threat. So I'm gonna be rolling.
That's
I'm gonna be rolling 3
cheating!
dice.
No, it's not.
He's spending threat.
Alright. So,
It would be cheating
So in
if he
addition
wasn't
to
spending and he
the-
still rolled the
in
dice.
addition to the 3 base, it could be additional ones.
Yeah, they're going to be trying for a 3.
Okay.
You're going. It's an opposed roll.
Oh, they're trying for.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this basically the end of the scene? But then
Let me see.
we'd be almost at
No.
0.
No, it's just a cut. It's not a
You
scene.
did.
Okay.
Not a commercial break.
Yeah. Okay. Can I spend 1 to get an extra?
No.
No.
We
As long as
kinda
you're safe.
need you.
Alright. Alright. Let's see what is he here.
I got 1 success,
Alright.
so I failed.
Alright.
You pass.
With her assistance, I got 4 successes.
Okay, lay down 1 momentum, and you're able to sneak onto the craft. Now you guys fly into their city. The central headquarters is a massive building with high ceilings and glass walls that, upon closer inspection, are made of an opaque amber. You are taken to a room that overlooks the city and the dense, misty forests beyond. The most striking thing about this building is that it's actually an enormous living tree. In fact, almost all of the Lormian buildings are, or at least appear to be made of living trees. These living spaces are naturally grown inside of the trunks of the trees, and soft moss lines of the floor are there instead of carpetings. The 4 surviving scientists here, and they excitedly greet you. The head of the Lormian government is here as well, and there are they explain the situation. Ermin, after greeting you, Ermin Sherman, Emmett Sherman. He is
Oh, I
the
like the
acting.
run
He
back.
would be the acting lead scientist right now.
Legal.
It is a real name. It is a
And he-
typo now. Lemur.
Well, while we were cataloging those spacious anomalies, the Tesla was struck with unexpected gravimetric waves that damaged the ship's warp drive, as well as the other systems, including comms. We managed to limp to the organ system and tried to sit down, but the damage to the ship was too great, and we crashed. Skipper Forrest died attempting to patch together the warp drive. Ibob also died during the crash. And I took command of the mission after Forrest's death. The Lormians detected us and arrived soon after the crash, and not given any other options, we went ahead and accepted their help, and we came back with them here. We've learned, however, that the gravimetric situation here is very, very dire. I let the people know that their planet's grave danger, the astrometric forms. And again, when you hear that he just kind of rattles off that he first let them know about gravimetric effects, and then told them that their planet is going to die, starting probably, this definitely would have started, an evacuation. And sure enough, Uriel is here. And he is the chief minister. And then he hops up on the table and kind of squats down. Orgaron 3 is suffering from these severe geological distresses, and electromagnetic disturbances are wreaking havoc on the planetary's communication systems. Major earthquakes have become common, and estimates that the planet that the planet's going to break up in 2 weeks. We don't understand the cause of this disturbances. I am hoping that you can use your shuttlecraft to help us determine the cause, maybe. We have plans to evacuate as many people as we can to Orgaron 2. With our own technology, we might be able to get a few hundred to safety, landing on Orgaron 2, which we think is an M-class planet, and we think it's habitable.
The planet, the second planet, that's the one with all the...
Yeah, it's got the mean lizard people there.
I don't think that,
But these guys have a lot more advanced technology than they do, but...
So that's all the...
different life forms on Orgaron 2.
So we might be able to get a couple of hundred people to the planet, but I'm not even sure that's genetically viable. Will you guys please help us? I mean, you can take your great shuttlecraft and as if on cue, a huge tremor starts, and you're all thrown side to side and space acting. And for a brief second, it gets so bad that you think that the tree might break, but then it starts to
don't do that.
no, it just starts to subside. There's no major damage yet. Oh my gosh! Do you see what's happening? You have to help my people!
Took command after the skipper died?
Turel. Turel is the lemur, of course.
Is Dr. Emmett Sherman.
Yeah, Sherman. Don't worry, Turel. And Sherman steps up. Don't worry. I'm sure these guys are going to help us out. We've got to get your people off of this planet, transplant them onto Orgaron 2, because otherwise, there's not a lot of them. But we're talking about millions of lives.
First of all, and least of all, do you realize that the ship we came in will not hold millions of lives? It will hold comfortably 12 people.
Comfortably.
Oh no, we didn't take the right about it.
Yeah.
Uncomfortably at the most 12 people.
Well,
Comfortably
yeah, but
6.
you didn't come here on the shuttlecraft. You've got a starship up there. You have to. He says out loud in front of the... You guys got a starship? I can't wait to see this. What's it like?
We do not have.
Don't any of you idiot scientists know about the Prime Directive?
You
Don't you?
Surely the Prime Directive doesn't apply when millions of people are going to die. These are people. We can't just let them die.
I
Do we look like
agree
people?
with that statement on
Yeah.
a personal level because one of my values is protection of the weak. I learned that in
One of
Star
your values is protection of the weak, but as I said, another one of your values is the Prime Directive for this episode.
And then another one of my values is threw away the book to write my own.
Throw away the garbage
These are the
pail.
people you need to talk to.
Well,
I mean,
one of my values is compassion through understanding, and another one is driven to ease suffering. But the one that probably, one of the
personally
two that
wish
came the
challenge
hardest learned, although this one did not come the most hardest learned, was
as
emotion
value.
in a crisis only makes things worse. And obviously, you are having emotion in this crisis.
Everyone has emotions and everything. Just
And
don't let them make you irrational.
I'm just saying, this is very typical coming from Tolkien.
I'm going to
Also, don't let your logic override your
Seriously, you're
emotion.
gonna go there with me?
Let's go
I'm going
to
to whisper to Jim.
Races.
Can we? Can the scientists
I'm beta
examine
Oh,
You're true.
the
Or no?
the
I don't
the
know.
You always
geologic
longed for your.
let's
the geologic anomalies that are going on to
can
I mean,
stabilize
can you
the
reread
situation.
Prime Directive exactly?
I mean, to be fair, before we
to
leave
try-
it,
try to-
I
try
want
to-
to go to the root
Try to
of
get them thinking in a different direction.
one at a time.
no Starfleet officer shall in
And I-
any way interfere with rewarp technology. That's the gist of it.
but
And this
the
is definitely pre-warp.
reason that
Whole entire
that
cultures
was
have been
a-
killed by violating the Prime
But
Directive.
if
They're
we
already gonna die.
don't violate this Prime Directive, we can't.
Either way, people
Say-
die.
James, give me
How
a,
hard did you
Hey,
work to become a Starfleet officer?
Give
How
me
quickly do you
an
want to throw all that
insight
work away?
and a command.
We were not sent to violate the Prime Directive. We were sent to find out what happened to a missing ship and to render aid as necessary to those people in that ship.
Well,
Yeah,
aid is
that's
obviously
That's
necessary
your target
here.
number.
On my
Examine
target number,
Examine
it,
the
inside and
energy
what?
source. That's
inside and what
that's,
again?
creating
Insight
that's
and
the scientists should be able to help. They're not just.
Okay.
Yeah, that's-
That's my best roll. That's
Is there
So
a
line. Separate energy source we detect.
I got
The
you.
non-natural energy
But-
source.
no, you don't know any way
Natural
around
is
this.
medical. Yours probably
And I got a
can.
threat.
Yours probably can sense it more
but
detailed than mine. Figure out what that is. Figure out if that's causing the problem.
And if somebody else
Dude,
wants
you're
to
the
try to give
scientist.
me
What?
a
So do I just need to scan it, or do I have to roll a thing?
give me somebody else might want to give me an insight and command roll.
Insight and command for what? And for what purpose?
You're
My
thinking
insight and command is 12.
about this Prime Directive and maybe how to get a loophole.
I'm
5 success.
All right.
Well, it is true that we did not.
You remember that Captain Kirk was able to ignore the Prime Directive when he found that what appeared to be a pre-warp civilization was actually a post-warp civilization that had ancient technology that he found underneath the planet's surface.
Oh, that's the exact.
They were able to save the planet without coming. Not that Captain Kirk apparently cared much about the Prime Directive.
He did what he wanted.
He had a reason in that case.
So because
That's one thing Kirk and Rose have in common.
Because there was this strange thing underground in that episode, the Tahiti syndrome.
So
They were
You're
able
saying,
to
like,
use that technology
there might be old
rescue a
forgotten,
Right.
there might be old forgotten warp technology,
They were able
like
to use
Crystal
that.
Skull.
Right. They were able to use that planet's own technology, save it from being hit by an asteroid, even though it was a pre-warp technology. That was not interfering with the prime.
Also, we did not contaminate this planet with knowledge they weren't supposed to have.
That was
Yeah.
We did let them see us, but they already spilled the beans about all that stuff. We didn't.
So far, you're not
Going back-
culpable for any crime. So
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you for wording it.
This is what I've been trying to say the whole time. We still very much so can try to save these people, especially with this obvious energy source not trying, but is definitely most likely the source of what's gonna kill this planet.
Yeah. Well, and I'm gonna whisper in Lonnie's ear. Let's take a look at the energy source. Direct them to look at the energy source. Maybe that has something to do
What
with
was
the
the leader's name?
the electromagnetic,
What would I have to roll to do that, Dad?
Emmett
And-
Sherman.
and so therefore maybe we can do something with that,
Okay.
and then keep the planet from
So
blowing
like
up.
say like when we initially landed, we detected this huge energy source
Um,
that might be the reason why.
Well, now that we're closer, I want to get like a better scan, find out more information about it before I say anything.
About what?
The energy source that is the planet.
You've gotten about as much information as you can get
We
from
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can
See
go.
if we can go there. Like the human scientists can go with us and make.
So try to
and-
convince them to take us to the energy source.
Yeah.
But
You're gonna help us, right? You're not gonna let all of us die.
Redirect.
did you know that there is an energy source underneath your planet?
They told me about it. He points to the side.
Maybe. Why don't we go look at that and see if it has anything to do with what's happening, or if we can use it to fix the problem, and then your planet would be safe and you wouldn't need to evacuate or leave.
Boy, that sounds like a great idea. Dr. Sherman I'm sure would be glad to go along with you, and you already know, Captain Thema, so she'll go with you too.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Alright. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you leave the capital? Because this will be the end of the scene.
Are you finding out
Do
about
they
that power
know
source?
about the
We're going in there.
between
Okay.
races right now?
Maybe we
They have now been made aware that at
technology.
least humans exist, and they
We are
were
not
just now
guilty
made
of
aware that starships exist.
Thank you.
Well, these people are
We
not
told
bound
Big
by
Math
the-
over there to ixnay on the Ojiclay for now.
You Federation. I mean,
It's
what
our
is the-
job. And that you don't need to make it more complicated for us as it is.
We
We're-
came.
We're trying
We're
to
helping.
get
We are trying to help. You
We are
can
trying
work
to
with
help
this.
you. We are trying to help them. Don't make it harder for us.
I'll be glad to go with you to check out the cavern. So we could just use your. What? I'm just saying, you could use your ship.
Nothing.
We are helping.
We
You
can
shut up.
help as much as we can, but the prime directive is the prime directive. and
Yes, I know all about your high and mighty Starfleet morals.
Okay then.
Then,
Moral having
I will
morals.
help you.
Having
then
morals is not a bad thing.
bring it up around them. We can only help as much as we can without getting in
Stop putting up a fight around us!
Nothing. You guys are just popping out of nowhere like the
This is still Toriel. He just jumps all around the room.
Right, he's a leaping gamer.
This is not the time for this argument.
Aren't you an eager
You
beaver?
guys seem
So is
What's
he
he
here? It's an expression.
seem pretty calm for the fact that you're
Well, now you're here and you can help us. It's great. You can use your magic starship up in the sky
It's
to,
not.
you know.
We'll see what we'll.
Let's just see what. Let's look at the energy source and we'll go from there and see what we can do. Okay? Just get them out of here!
He's everywhere. Pesky
Everywhere.
fly.
Everywhere.
Alright. Okay, so we are going to head off to the caverns. That's the end of a scene.